Most of your suffering comes from the illusion that you can control everything in life. You try to control people, situations, outcomes, and even the flow of time. But the truth is, life was never meant to be controlled, it was meant to be experienced. Imagine holding water in your hands. The tighter you grip it, the faster it slips away. This is how life works. The more you try to force it, the more it escapes you. The moment you understand this truth deeply, not just with your mind, but with your soul, nothing will hurt you again. Because pain comes from resistance, from fighting what is. When you let go of control and simply respond with awareness, the storms of life no longer drown you. They pass through you. This is why monks train their minds to accept what they cannot change. It's not weakness, it's the highest form of strength. When the wind blows, a rigid tree breaks, but the bamboo bends and survives. So ask yourself today, are you resisting life or flowing with it? If you choose flow, you choose peace. And when peace becomes your way of living, nothing outside you can disturb the stillness within. We often walk through life with the belief that our suffering is caused by something outside of us, a harsh word, a lost opportunity, a physical ailment. We point to the world and say, "This is what hurts me." But what if I told you that this is an illusion? What if the true source of your pain is not the external event itself, but your internal relationship to it? Consider a rock. If you throw a rock at a glass window, the window shatters. The glass is weak, and the rock has force. But if you throw that same rock at a granite wall, the wall remains unmoved. The rock's force is the same, but the wall's internal state is different. The rock doesn't have the power to hurt the wall, because the wall has no internal weakness to be exploited. In our lives we are often the glass window. We allow the small pebbles of daily life, a missed appointment, a rude comment, a moment of failure to shatter our peace. We believe the pebble is the problem, but the real issue is the fragility of our own internal state. The core of this understanding is the realization that hurt is a reaction, not an action. The external world can present challenges, difficulties, and even tragedies, but our suffering is a choice. It's the moment we internalize that event, labeling it as bad or unfair, that the pain begins. This isn't about ignoring reality. It's not about pretending a difficult situation isn't difficult. It's about recognizing that the event and your emotional response are two separate things. When you can separate the event from your reaction, you begin to build an internal granite wall. The world can throw its rocks, but your internal state remains unmoved. This is the first step toward true resilience, understanding that you have the power to choose not to be hurt. You cannot control what happens to you, but you have absolute power over how you respond. This is not a passive acceptance, it is an active choice to protect your inner peace. In the face of adversity, our instinct is to resist. We fight, we struggle, we push back against what is happening. We clench our fists, tighten our jaws, and our minds race with thoughts of how things should be different. This resistance, while seemingly a natural response, is the very force that amplifies our suffering. Imagine you are standing in a river. If you fight against the current, you exhaust yourself and risk being pulled under. But if you relax, float on your back, and allow the water to carry you, you move with the river, not against it. You find peace even in motion. The practice of non-resistance is similar. It is not about giving up or surrendering to defeat. It is about releasing the internal struggle against reality. It is an act of profound wisdom to say, "This is what is happening right now and I will not fight it." This doesn't mean you stop taking action. You can still navigate the river, paddle to the shore, and work to improve your situation. But you do it from a place of calmness, not a place of frantic desperation. The emotional turmoil we experience is often the result of the gap between our expectations and reality. We expect life to be smooth, and when it is not, we resist. We resist the traffic jam, the difficult colleague, the unexpected bill. We pour our energy into fighting the present moment, which is already a done deal. Non-resistance is the bridge that closes this gap. It's a practice of accepting the present moment exactly as it is without judgment. It is a radical act of self-love because you are choosing to protect your energy from the useless battle against reality. When you stop fighting what is, you free up the immense energy you were wasting. That energy can then be used to find solutions, to adapt, to grow, and to move forward with grace and clarity. Non-resistance is not weakness, it is the ultimate expression of internal strength. It is the wisdom to know which battles are worth fighting and to realize that the battle against the present moment is the one you can never win. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. When something happens that hurts you, your mind immediately labels it as bad or unfair. But what if you started to see pain as a messenger? Every wound carries a lesson. Every setback shows you where you still need to grow. The people who hurt you are not always enemies. Sometimes they are the mirrors showing you your own strength, your own boundaries, your own values. If you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this trying to teach me?" your entire life changes. You stop being a victim and start being a student. And students do not fear challenges, because they know every challenge is a step toward mastery. So the next time life tests you, do not fight the test, understand it. Ask the deeper question, what is life trying to make me become? Once you realize that pain is shaping you, refining you, and strengthening you, you will no longer fear it. Instead, you will welcome it as part of your path. Attachment is the root of suffering. You hold on to people, to possessions, to identities, to expectations, and every time one of them changes or leaves, you feel broken. But the truth is, nothing in life truly belongs to you, not even your body. Everything you have is borrowed from the universe. Even the people you love are on their own journey, you are only walking together for a time. Detachment does not mean you stop loving, it means you stop clinging. Love fully, but let go easily. Enjoy deeply, but do not chain your joy to things that can be taken away. This is why monks live with so little, not because they reject life, but because they embrace it without fear of losing it. When you practice detachment, you become unshakable. When a chapter ends, you bow and turn the page. When a person leaves, you bless them on their path. You do not crumble because your center is not outside, it's within. And when your center is within, nothing can truly hurt you. Everything in life is temporary. This is a fundamental truth that, if truly understood, can dissolve the root of much of our pain. We cling to pleasure, hoping it will last forever, and we dread pain, fearing it will never end. Both of these attachments are born from a misunderstanding of impermanence. When we cling to happiness, a beautiful sunset, a moment of love, a great success, we set ourselves up for suffering. The moment that happiness fades, as all things do, we feel a sense of loss and sorrow. Our mind whispers, "It's gone," and we hurt. But what if we could experience joy without attachment? What if we could see the sunset, appreciate its beauty fully in the moment, and then let it go with the same ease we saw it arrive? This is the liberation of understanding impermanence. The same principle applies to our suffering. When we are in pain, whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, our mind often tells us a story of permanence. It says, "This is forever, this will never get better." This story creates a second layer of suffering, a layer of fear and hopelessness that is often far worse than the original pain. But if you can see your pain for what it truly is, a temporary state, you can face it with courage and perspective. You can acknowledge, yes, this hurts right now, but like everything else, this too will pass. This understanding doesn't erase the pain, but it takes away its power to define you. It transforms the pain from a permanent prison into a temporary guest. You are no longer a victim of your circumstances, you are an observer of them. The truth of impermanence teaches us that clinging to anything, good or bad, is the source of our suffering. When we can let go, we discover a profound freedom. We find a quiet confidence that no matter what comes, it will eventually go. and our core self remains untouched. In our modern world, we are constantly living somewhere other than here and now. Our minds are either replaying the past, filled with regret and guilt, or projecting into the future, plagued by anxiety and worry. We are rarely in the present moment, which is the only moment that truly exists. This disconnection from the now is the very soil in which suffering grows. When we are thinking about a past mistake, we are not just remembering it, we are reliving the pain. We are hurting ourselves all over again with a memory. When we are worrying about the future, we are creating a hypothetical pain that may never even happen. We are sacrificing our present peace for a future fear. The key to ending this cycle of self-inflicted hurt is the practice of presence. Presence is the simple but profound act of being fully aware of this exact moment. It is about paying attention to what you are doing, feeling, and thinking without judgment. When you are drinking a cup of tea, you are just drinking a cup of tea. You feel the warmth of the mug, you taste the flavor, you smell the aroma. Your mind is not on the email you need to send or the argument from yesterday, it is simply here. When you are truly present, there is no room for hurt. You are not dwelling on past wounds or future anxieties. You are grounded in reality. This practice is not always easy, as the mind loves to wander. It is a discipline, a training of the mind to return to the present moment again and again. Each time you bring your attention back to your breath, to your senses, to the task at hand, you are building a muscle of awareness. This muscle is your shield. When you are fully present, you see reality for what it is, not for what your past experiences or future fears tell you it is. Presence is the ultimate act of self-care, because it is the one thing that can truly protect you from the illusions that cause suffering. In this moment, in this now, you are safe. The world is noisy. People are loud. Life is fast. Every day you are bombarded with opinions, demands, distractions, and chaos. And the more you live in this noise, the more powerless you feel. This is why inner stillness is your greatest shield. A mind at peace is untouchable. When you learn to sit in silence and simply watch your thoughts without becoming them, you reclaim your power. No insult can shake you. No loss can destroy you, because you no longer depend on the world to keep you steady. You carry your own anchor. Stillness is not passive. It is the most active form of self-mastery. It allows you to respond instead of react. It lets you see clearly when others are blind with emotion. This is why great warriors meditate, because battles are won not with rage, but with clarity. When you cultivate stillness, you carry a calm so deep that chaos cannot find its way in. And when nothing can disturb your inner world, the outer world loses its power to hurt you. Every joy, every sorrow, every success, every failure, all of it passes. This is not something to be feared, this is something to be celebrated. Because if nothing lasts forever, then no pain can last forever either. Every dark night will end in dawn. Every storm will run out of rain. The moment you understand impermanence at the deepest level, you will stop clinging to the good and stop fearing the bad. You will live in the present fully, without trying to trap it in a cage. You will stop asking, when will this end? And start asking, how can I honor this moment before it changes? This is the secret that frees you from suffering, the awareness that all things are temporary. When you walk with this truth in your heart, you are no longer broken by endings, you are grateful for beginnings. You understand that life is a constant flow, and you are the river, not the stone, and in that flow there is peace. In that peace nothing can hurt you again. We are constantly bombarded with noise, the noise of the world, and more often the noise in our own minds. This constant internal chatter, the stream of thoughts, judgments, and emotions, is a major source of our suffering. We identify with these thoughts, believing they are who we are, and when a negative thought arises, we feel its pain as our own. The final and most profound step on this journey is the cultivation of inner stillness. Inner stillness is not the absence of thought. Thoughts will always come and go, like clouds in the sky. Inner stillness is the ability to observe those thoughts without becoming entangled in them. It is the realization that you are not the thoughts, you are the sky. This is the ultimate freedom. When a negative thought arises, I'm not good enough, I failed, you don't have to believe it, you don't have to fight it. You can simply notice it, acknowledge its presence, and then let it drift away, just like a cloud. The thought has no power over you unless you give it power. This practice is often achieved through meditation, but it can be done anywhere at any time. It's a simple moment of pausing and bringing your attention to the silent space between your thoughts. It's the space where true wisdom and peace reside. When you can access this space, you discover a core of quiet strength that is untouchable. The external world can be chaotic, the internal world of your thoughts can be busy, but you at your core are still. This stillness is your sanctuary. It is the place where nothing can hurt you, because in that stillness, you are not defined by anything external or temporary. You are simply being. The journey to inner peace is not about changing the world, it is about changing your relationship to it. It is about turning inward, finding the stillness, and realizing that the true source of your strength and happiness was never outside of you. It was always there, waiting for you to find it.